Hey, Marie, can you hear me? Hey, Jason, can you guys hear me? I'm not sure how well it's working, so I need to know. This is the first time I've done it on this computer. Okay, good deal, good deal. Marie, if you don't mind, I am going to make you a moderator because I have some of the moderators that I have are going to be on the panel, so I just thought it'd make it a little easier. No, honey, I went to work and just started throwing up out of nowhere. And so I came home and I laid down for a little while and took a nap, and I'm still feeling pretty rough. That's why I have the lights so dim. I look really bad. So is it showing? Where's your mod? Here, hang on. We'll get you, Smith family. There you go. Now, listen, the only rules that I have is if someone comes in and they are abusive to either anyone on the panel or anyone in the chat, then they got to go. But if they're just a smart ass, we don't care about that. That's fine. Hello, walking. Hello, problem solver. Is it? I'm sorry. Hello, Tim. That's for you. Can you see it? There we go. Good to see you. Hairballs. We got you. Tessie, yay. Okay, there's my third moderator right there, Miss Tessie. She looks real pretty in blue. Just to blue her up. There you go, darling. Okay, Tessie, I was just telling them my only rules is as long as they're not abusive. If they're abusive to anyone in the chat or abusive to anyone on the panel, they got to go. But if they're just joking and stuff, they're cool. So, hey there, Kit Kat. Okay. Oh, okay, Kit Kat. Love you too, hon. Yeah, Tessie. Always, always. Here, I'm gonna bring you up on screen, Tessie, and you can explain. Hang on. Copy. You can tell us what's going on. Okay, grab her. Hey, country girl. Okay. I know. I know I am. Did you get it, Tessie? Oh, okay. Okay. Here, hang on. Let me. You okay? Okay, hon. She has a concussion. Bless her heart. Yeah, we'll definitely pray. Everybody in here, I want everybody to bow their heads and close their eyes and pray to your God for just a moment for Miss Tessie and her granddaughter, granddaughter. She's young and she hit her head and has a concussion. So, everybody, bow your heads. Dear Father, we come to you, Tessie's grandchild, whose name I should have asked, but you know who I mean. She fell and hit her head and is suffering from a concussion. And we ask that you lay your hands on her and heal her and bless her. And also to calm Tessie and show all of them how strong your love is. In the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen. Okay. We got you, girl. But they say when people come together in prayer that it really can work some miracles. So, amen. Always, anytime, Tessie. Prayers are free, girl. We got lots of them. We happy to give them out when folks need them. But okay, you ready, country girl? Let me get you up here, hon. Okay, paste. And there you go. Did you get it, y'all? Or are you still outside, country girl? I may have put it in there too soon. Yeah, that she may have a little bit. Is she throwing up and stuff too, Tessie? They, but you know, kids heal so quickly. They get over stuff so much quicker. So, but okay, is there anyone else in here that is an empath or an intuit or anything like that? If not, if you have questions, we're going to be answering questions about it and just all that good stuff. So I think Country Girl's still smoking, but she'll be here in just a second. Yeah. Hey, Erica, an empath is someone that can feel the emotions from someone else. And hang on, I'm gonna put Country Girl up on the big screen because I'm sick. She can feel the emotions and sometimes tell exactly what's going to happen in the future a little bit. Are you empath? Want to come up on the panel? Is someone born with that? Yes, Tessie, that's what I believe. I'm going to let Country Girl talk. She knows a whole lot more about it than I do. But if y'all want to come up, y'all go ahead and put in the chat and I'll pop you the link.
Hey, Miss Tammy.
Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? No.
Can y'all hear? And I just can't.
Hello. Can y'all hear me?
You can. Okay. I can't for some reason. Okay. Oh, you know what? Hear you because I don't have my freaking earplugs in. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Okay. I was like, okay, what do I need? Hold on, my sister's not working. Hi, sis.
I'm so stupid.
Everybody out there, hi guys. Tammy, hi.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm always tickled to have you. Okay, Erica, there you go, sweetie. Aw. Country Girl Kit Kat had to back out on it at the last minute. She had something come up, so it's just gonna be. You might come. Possibly Mama Cat's son might feel up to doing it, and then if Erica wanted to come in.
Okay.
Other than that, it's
good. Oh, we're good. You know me, we're good.
Me too. Between the two of us, we should be good.
Yeah, but it sure looks cool, don't it, Clyde?
I think it does. I love it. Which I love red hair.
Back. It's really dark under here. It's really dark. And then when you let it down, it fades to the light. So
okay.
I love it.
I like red hair on everybody except my ex's new wife. And that's just because nothing she does is right because I can't stand her. You know, I'm just,
okay,
hey, I might as well be honest.
I got you,
bitch.
Hi, Jean. How are you, darling? Are you enjoying your new Chuck and using your
Hey, Jean, Clyde, everybody, Tim. Did you want to come on up, hon? Okay. Oh, okay. Kind of. Yes, ma'am.
Well, let me share a little bit of my experience, and maybe that'll help you guys understand a little bit more. I have had, since I was a very, very small girl, I've always been very attuned to what some people, I guess, would term a paranormal. I've seen many ghosts in my life. I have a very good friend that visits me to this day. He passed away when we were 19. But probably the most common thing that I think everybody has a little touch of somewhere in them is commonly referred to deja vu. When you think, man, I just did this, or this looks familiar. Well, for me, as someone who's a little bit more in tune, and I don't know that I've never classified myself as an empath, but they are definitely empathic tendencies that I deal with. So for me, deja vu goes a step further. I can walk into a room and crowded people, and I just stop. I can tell you that that door is about to open, and a guy in a blue shirt is going to walk out, and he's going to ask if anybody's got cream. I can tell you that the girl over there in red is going to say no, but I saw something in the break room. I can tell you probably a good 3 minutes of exactly what's going to happen before it happens. And if I stand there, I'll watch it again. It's like a movie that plays in my head. And other times I can be just really sensitive to the emotions of other people. I tend to be the one that everybody says, you always get me, you understand. And a lot of that is because I can almost, it's hard to describe it. It's like I feel what they're feeling, and especially if the emotion is strong or really strong. And there's some of you in here that I've talked to that, you know, when I say something, you always know exactly what to say. It's because I'm feeling what you're feeling. And I know what it would be to me, what I would need to hear to help me through that, you know. A big thing that I'm really, it's only happened, you know, a few times in my life, but for an instance, the other night we were on Tammy's live and we were telling ghost stories and sharing different things. And Owen was here. If you guys know Owen Gerberth, he's an absolutely wonderful guy. We were all praying for him. He's going through some depression at the moment, and he recently lost his cat that he had for years and years and years. It was his best buddy. It was really sad, and he was talking about it on the stream, wondering if his cat could come back. It was his question, could my cat come back, you know, even though she's passed? Can animals do that? And I got really still, and I got this really big chill just right up my spine. And I looked at Owen. I said, Owen, I don't know what this means, but I'm supposed to tell you I'm still curling up beside you. And he just kind of went blank-faced, and he didn't say anything. I said, well, I don't know what it means, but that's what's coming to me. I'm supposed to tell you I'm still curling up beside you. Does that mean anything to you? And he just got really still and pale-faced, and he goes, my cat always curled up beside me. So, and that's what we're talking about when you talk about empath. And I think it's just, to me, it's a grandiose sensitivity to what's going on around you. And that's the best way I can explain it to you. It's just being really in tune with emotions, with feelings, with things like that. Does that make sense? Does that help to clear that up for you guys?
No, that makes sense. Now, am I echoing to you guys?
No, I'm not hearing an echo at all. I don't know about them. I'm not.
Okay. How do you keep from being overwhelmed? Like, I would assume when you go grocery shopping, you probably get a little bit from everyone. How do you deal with that? How do you?
Emotions are strong. If the emotions, and you, it's not just everyday stuff like, woohoo, I found the brownies I wanted. it's really strong emotions, whether I just fell in love, I lost somebody I'm close to, somebody hurt me. Really strong emotions tend to hit me. And it can in big public places. I don't do a lot of crowds. You know, you guys, as long as you know me, you've heard me say Alabama is coming to town tonight. I would absolutely kill to go see Alabama. But in order to do that, you know how many people are going to be crushed up against me? And all of them in love with Alabama? You know, or when he sings a love song and the couple is cuddled together, that strong emotion is difficult. So I've learned over the years, it's almost like compartmentalizing, I guess. I can shut that off. It's like I close a door on it because it can get overwhelming. And a lot of the ways I do that is music. I mean, you guys, just about all of you know that I sing. I love music. So if it gets to really overwhelming me, I close it off a little bit and I start singing. Either it's in my head, out loud if it's really bad. The music soothes me and it rechannels the focus of where my mind is thinking, because I have to think about lyrics. I have to think about voices. I have to think about notes. I have to think to do that. So, but I do avoid big crowds. I don't like, I will do them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to go crazy nuts if I go in a big crowd. It just can be uncomfortable for me. So I don't do a lot of big crowds. But Tessie was saying earlier, the scent of your grandmother's house. That's a sensory. That's a sensory that your subconscious has connected to somebody that you love. And that's why you smell that from time to time. And you will instantly think of her when you scent that.
Well, what about when you meet someone and their energy is just off, you know, like they have a mental condition or something? You understand what I'm saying? Some people, you just brush by them and you can just feel the evil and the unbalanced hatred and for everything. How do you flush all that emotion away?
A big part of that for me is my faith. And I hope y'all don't mind. This is as I'm not trying to offend anybody. This is as it relates to me personally. Okay. And I'm not trying to promote anything or any beliefs. Okay. But for me personally, my faith, I have a huge faith in God. And when I feel that kind of evil spirit, I almost recoil from it. I'm just like, I'm never rude. I'm not, it's not who I am. I'm not rude. I'm not hateful, but I will make an excuse to get away from them as fast as I can. And I put distance between us and I start praying. Okay, Lord, I need to get away from here. And in my head, this dialogue is running. And again, it's that same tactic of distracting my mind, distracting that sensory that's picking this up and focusing somewhere else. So it's okay, Lord, I really got to get, that's just not comfortable, Lord. I really hope you touch this person, Lord. They need some help. And to the person, I'm normal. They will never know the difference, you know? And usually it's like, okay, well, thanks again. I've got some stuff I got to do. I got to run, but you have a great day. And I make an excuse and get away.
Right, right.
There are times that no matter what I do, the emotion is so strong that I can't pull away from it. And then it can affect me. And if you guys, I'm normally not real open about this part of my life, you know, because it opens me up to a lot of criticisms. It opens me up to a lot of hatred and people that just don't get it. So if you think back to when I went out after the hurricane and imagine the emotions that were trapped in that attic with that mother who knew that her little girl and her little boy and herself were trapped and there was no way out. I can become violently ill to the point that I'm just literally vomiting and I'm shaking. That was beyond difficult for me to deal with. And I was in that room for over 2.5 hours, you know, taking the pictures, making the notes, notating everything. And no matter what I did, I couldn't block it. It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Erica has a good question, actually. Can you pick up someone's emotion or energy online, or does it have to be a personal encounter?
Usually that depends on how close I am. You know, I have a couple of friends here that I talk to outside of YouTube that I have phone calls with and hangouts, and I talk to them on a daily basis. Some of my sisters, as you hear me call them. And if I'm very close to them, and then it's not so much feeling their emotions as it is watching their face and their eyes, because your body will put off signals that you don't even realize you're doing. You know, when people sit like this, they're closed off. They're protecting something. They're closed off. You know, when they sit real close to the camera, they're like totally into what they're doing and they're really into you. You know, when they're sad, their shoulders tend to drop, their head may droop a little, their lip may quiver. And that's just me being close to that person. So I don't really feel the emotion itself, but I'm very good at reading their body and their physical cells, if that makes sense. We do, sis.
Well,
Tessie is a really good example. With all of that mess that went the last couple of weeks, Tessie didn't have to tell me something was wrong. I knew the second I saw her face, I knew. And there were some advice that I gave her that what I was feeling and what I was sensing. And I think Tessie will tell you, I don't ever try to force my feelings or my belief on other people. If you're somebody that I'm really close to, that I care about, I will try to share with you what I'm feeling. Make up your own mind. Don't go just by what I tell you. This is just what I'm sensing and what I'm feeling. And in some instances, she's discovered the same thing. And in some instances, she's been able to go past that. And it's awesome. I love that. But I try really hard to, I guess, temper what I say to people, because there are some people that are so sensitive, they'll take everything I say to heart. And then when it doesn't work the way they want, they blame it on me. And I end up catching the fallback from it. So I'm really particular about who I share that stuff with and who I share that part of my heart with, you know, if that makes sense.
Well, no, it does. And that's actually, that is one thing a lot of people don't get about us Southern women is we just say it how it comes out. We don't put deep thought meanings into what we say. This is, you know, but anyway, I was going to also, Erica, in perspective, you had asked about feeling, you know, and everything online. I cannot, but I can, like if I'm doing someone's tarot cards or something, it doesn't matter if they're online. If they give me permission to do it, I can do it, you know, even though it's online. That's one thing that works online. And then also about getting rid of the negative, the yuck, you know, from other encounters. And one thing that helps me is you can do a salt scrub. Miss Talia was talking about that the other night. Envision all of it, you know, washing away from you, like while you're in the shower. And those things really do help a lot. They make you feel lighter and brighter and take away all that doo-doo.
It is. And a lot of dealing with this is mental, because, you know, you have to be able to put it aside. You have to be able to separate your reality from their reality, because my reality is not yours. I'm just picking up. And Erica, I will tell you and everybody else, you know, don't be afraid to talk to someone online. Most people don't have that level of sensitivity, okay? But what Tammy touched on is the absolute truth. If you don't want somebody to feel you, they won't. And that's just a reality. If you go into it knowing, well, I'm going to talk about this, hey, stay out of my head, though. It's almost like subconsciously, your brain has to give us permission to do that. Now, in distracted things, like in a large crowd, in a grocery store, at a concert, they're not thinking about that. So they're not blocking any of their emotions. They're wide open. Their emotions are just running full speed. And that's when it's the easiest for me to feel that. But, you know, being able to shut that off and like Tammy was saying, I do that in the shower a lot. I make bath salts. I use my bath salts. I have several different scents that help me in different conditions and what I need. And I take them, I don't just put them in my water, I use them as a scrub, as an exfoliator.
Mm-hmm.
And I stand there and I get it all over my body, my chest, my arms, everywhere. And then I stand in a stream and I close my eyes and I picture this in my head. It's like a rainbow coming from the water. And as the rainbow comes down, it flushes everything left. Everything just washes down that drain. I visually picture it going away from my body. And it's really strong emotions that I have to go through that. Because otherwise it would drive me nuts. It would. It was really hard when I was a child and didn't understand it. It was very difficult. You know, my mom didn't understand it. I probably by the time I was 5, I quit telling anybody about it because they thought I was nuts. You know.
Well, that's another gemstones. They really help a lot, and I mean that crosses all religions. You know, birthstones and everything. Well, those are meant to be protective of being born a certain time of year, but I see no reason in herbs and gemstones and things like that, because how do we really know where God put the energy? Because quartz will run clocks. They do make batteries out of them. So there is some energy in there. So why wouldn't there be energy in other things? And it does seem to me that some will work around you. Some will work to help repel other things. And then I can see how some would work like a magnet, you know, because magnets, what are they, you know?
Also,
so,
what works for one person may not work for the other.
Yes.
You know, because everybody's at different levels. So what works for Tammy may be great for her, and it may not work for me. It may take something totally different. And, you know, B Lady touched in, there's a lot of knowing in the Bible. There was a lot of it. If you study a Bible, you know, like she says, Mary and Joseph knew to leave. Abraham knew to trust God. David knew that even though he was in a den with lions, he was going to be okay. Peter knew he could walk on the water. You know,
okay, B says, be careful with those crystals. Some enhance it. I mean, like if, okay, yeah, I see what she's saying. Like wearing it on a pulse point would, you know, magnify it, I guess. Is that what you mean, B?
Well, if you guys notice, you very seldom see me wear jewelry. Every once in a while. I wear a necklace once in a while, but you don't see me wear a lot of jewelry.
Well, and I've always heard like bloodstone repels, you know, bad things. Even voodoo people carry bloodstones with them all the time. And then I've always heard malachite. If malachite breaks in your presence, you have a demon around. And reason to doubt it. Now, I've never seen it, but I can see how it could. Well, if we're not talking about the Bible, Joe, and so what if we are? That's the combo.
Yeah. Have you ever known people to have what they call a worry stone? A stone they hold in the hand, and when they're nervous, they're anxious, they rub it, they hold it, and they're constantly.
I thought that was a root. I thought maybe I'm thinking hand of glory. I don't know. No,
that has a crystal. He calls it a worry stone. But when he does that, it calms him. Now, you know, there are debates as to whether it's the stone or whether it's just the same principle of a fidget spinner. You got to be doing something. It's concentrating on it and taking his mind off of what's going on. But whatever the case is, there's no doubt that there's a correlation there. Whether it's mental or a physical energy, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I said, I can only tell you my own experiences and what I've been through and what I've seen with other people. But, you know, it's...
Okay. Who else has a question? I do think he was kidding. Yes, Joe, he's a mess. He doesn't realize that we take all that serious. So, and actually, he may have went ahead and left. He's one of my cut up friends. So, you know, and yeah, it suits him. Joe, that should be your next avatar change. Joe the Gooberhead.
That's awesome, Jean. Yeah, music is.
Yeah, you're good, Joe. You're good. But the rest of us, we do. We discuss that because that's part of the whole empath thing.
Absolutely.
If you can explain to me how morals would give you a little bit of a psychic power, then I would be very interested. But I do believe it all comes from faith myself. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna quit preaching.
I don't know, Joe. I think if you have a basic sense of right from wrong, wherever that comes from, whether it's faith or your parents taught you right from wrong, if it's innate into your core, into who you are, I think that would make a difference as to the type of person you hang around with. You know, some of them that, and I'm not going into names, a lot of you will know who we're talking about, that, you know, when Tessie said I was dead on, it's just a feeling in your gut. It's a gut feeling. And you don't have to be an empath to get that. You know, it's a gut feeling that, I don't know, there's just something about that person. And that could very well be morals, Joe. Knowing right from wrong, good and bad, you know, that could very well be.
Well, and I think, Joe, don't you practice martial arts? Because if you do, it then you understand all about the chi, and that's basically the exact same thing as a soul. So, you know, I think he practices martial arts. I think he's very spiritual, just not maybe in a biblical way. So,
which is fine too. And it's like I said in the beginning, you know, these are strictly my beliefs. What I
oh
choose.
yeah, oh yeah.
But I know
No,
I
you're not.
don't discount others because
Right.
this is a great big wide world, you guys. And there's,
Oh, you're not.
you know,
You're
I
not
respect
coming across
everybody.
like that.
Oh, good, because I respect everybody's rights to have your beliefs and your, you know, faith or no faith, or and I love you all equally. As long as you are good to me and you are a good person in general, I love you equally. Your personal beliefs and your, you know, I don't have a problem if you're a homosexual, if you're a transgender, if you're a agnostic, if you're whatever. I just respond to good in people, the positive vibes that you put off. And I love that. And I love you, Joe. I really do. I enjoy spending time with you.
Yeah. See, yes, you're good enough, Joe. That's what she's saying.
That's perfect.
No, but Country Girl, you're not coming across like you're pushing anything at all. But that's how it works for you, and it's your story. And you know, I'm the same way. It works for me. What work, you know? And you're here as the guest, so we want to hear, you know, all about it for you.
Well, I appreciate that. Me too, Tessie. I try really hard. You know, it's really funny. And somebody, I may have been Tessie. Were you born that way? I can tell you, Tessie, by the time I was 5, my mother asked me why God put me on the earth. I said, oh, that's easy. He put me here to make people smile. And I was a very, very young child. And I knew that to my core. I knew that's why I'm on this planet, is to make people smile. And I do my best to do that. I do my very best. I have friends that will tell you that when they're in a bad mood, I will get as stupid silly as I have to get to put a smile on their face, because I cannot stand for them to be upset. Some of them don't understand why I can't stand for them to be upset, because if they're upset, I feel that, and I don't want anybody that I care about, especially, but anybody, to have to deal with negativity or pain or sorrow. I want to fix it. I want to take it into me and disperse it back as love. And sometimes I can do that. It's almost like pulling that energy out of them when I'm getting really stupid silly. It's like a suction, and I'm just pulling it out of them, and then I can transform it somehow or release it or whatever I have to do. And again, a lot of it goes back to the mental training on your brain to deal with this stuff. The physical aspect of closing your eyes and picturing something happen to make it real for me.
Like, you know how they talk about, what is it? Reiki, that distance healing. Okay, I had that did on me one time for a headache, and oh my, that stuff worked. So, I mean, you know, I do believe that you can send energy. It's the exact same thing, in my opinion, as a prayer.
It is.
Prayer has power.
I think a lot of it too, again, is back to that mental. It's like when we were messing with Rick with the voodoo doll. Voodoo only works if you believe in it. You can make things come to pass. And this is, again, you've heard it. A lot of you guys have heard it. What you profess with your mouth will come to pass. If all you spread in this world is hatred and negativity, or you are constantly, I'm so ugly, I'm so stupid, I'll never get this done, I can't do that. Well, we have a saying we used to say all the time that if you think you can do anything. If you think you can't, you're right. Think about that. If you think you can do anything. If you think you can't, you're right. So a lot of that comes with your beliefs and your mental ability to believe in yourself, to believe in somebody else, to believe in whatever it takes to bring that energy level up to a positive and pushing the negative down. And that's just the way I run my life. So,
well, that actually is a perfect point too, Country Girl, because you remember the old parable about how this man was standing on his roof during a flood, and he told 3 different people, no, Jesus is going to save me. And then he drowned, and he got to heaven, and he was like, why didn't you save me? And Jesus said, I tried 3 times. And it's, you know, it crosses, okay, in Wicca, when you go to give a spell, you have got to back it up on the mundane. For example, you can't say, okay, I did a job spell, now I'm going to sit here and wait for somebody to knock on the door and hire me. It doesn't work like that. You have to get out and take steps. So I think that's pretty much across the board on all of them. It makes perfect sense. If you don't set it in your mind, you're right. I mean, you're not going to accomplish it. And Casey asked you, what is the difference between empath and ESP, and is there dark energy and light energy?
To me, an empath deals on the emotional level, which is just feeling emotions, feeling a charge in the air, if that makes sense. Whereas a full ESP, which is an extrasensory perception, okay, that's all of their senses engaged at once, to where you will hear of people often called a psychic, and it's really ESP, but they can not just feel that person's energy, they can get a sense of where something is located. They can get a sense of what's around something or someone they're looking for. Whereas all I get are the emotions of it. I get the feeling from the actual person themselves, but not anybody connected to them unless I'm in that same vicinity, if that makes sense. And I do absolutely believe there are dark energies and light energies. It's kind of like we talked about earlier. If I'm near someone that I'm uncomfortable around, there's a reason for that. And I've learned to trust my instincts. I'm not going to be ugly or hateful because it's not who I am. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time in their presence either because it's uncomfortable, which means there's something negative there. I don't like being around negative people that all they do is whine and complain about everything. I will try to cheer you up, but if you continue and every single time I talk to you, every word out of your mouth is negative, I'm sorry, I can't spend that much time with you. It's not that I don't love you. I will pray for you and I wish you the best, but I can't be around that kind of negativity. I choose to have positive light in my life. So there are absolutely dark and light energy sources. Absolutely.
And the dark ones suck you in. And I mean, it's just amazing. It's like, okay, drugs, drama, hatred, discrimination. All these things are so seductive on their face. And then before you know it, you are sucked in. And it takes everything you have to get loose, you know. You have to protect yourself on a daily, you know.
Well, you think about it. Has there ever been somebody in your life, whether, you know, recent or when you were a child even, especially when you were young, you're more susceptible to it, I think, that you hung around with the bad kids because they were appealing, because they made you think that you were some super person, but you always got in trouble every time you hung around them? And the longer time you spent with them, you would find yourself doing things that are so out of character for you Hi, Daryl, I didn't see you, darling. That are out of character. And your mom's like, I don't know what has gotten into you lately. Or your best friend says, what are you doing? You've never done that before. Well, you think about it. All of this started when you started hanging out with those people. You know, and there's a really good example of somebody we've been recently dealing with that is hanging around with some really ugly, dark people. And that person is beginning to pay a price for it. And it's going to continue unless that person snaps up and gets away from that. But as long as that person stays around those people, it's going to continue to be a downhill slide. I guarantee you, because that person's been doing things that shocked all of us, things that all of us were like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. I can't believe that was done. And that's that negative energy. You guys, you've got to put positive energy around you. If you refuse to accept the negative energy in your life, you will be amazed at how much lighter and happier you will feel. And I think everybody.
Oh, yeah. And you will. Yeah. And you'll attract that back to you. I really believe what you put out, you get back.
Absolutely. I'm a big believer in karma.
I know. Oh, yeah. And then karma's a bigger bitch than even I could be. So
exactly, ladies. Some of the feelings you get, if something is in your gut, and a good way to do that, it's a good way to explain it for you guys that don't have a whole lot of experience with this. That gut feeling, something in your gut is telling you this is not good. I got to get out of here. That's what we're talking about. Some people like myself and Tammy and a few others are overly sensitive to that. So we probably would pick that up way before you do. I picked it up with this person and I backed completely away. Not because I don't care, because I do. I care deeply about this person and I pray for them every single day. From the first day this happened, I still pray for that person every single day. My heart breaks because I've had to walk away. But that's a protection for myself. I am the only one that is going to protect me by doing what is put in my heart and in my gut that tells me, don't go there. And B Lady said it exactly right. If it's telling you don't go there, don't. It's a warning. It's an innate warning that every one of us have.
Yes. I do believe that that is one of the cases of negativity sucking a good person in, because I don't think that's the heart of that person. Now, I've not been around for a long time, but not from what I've seen.
I don't think it is either. I think it's the company he's keeping.
Yes, yes.
The company they're keeping. Exactly, Susan. I am watching comments, you guys, so forgive me if I'm a little lapse in answering you. I am watching and I'm trying to keep them up in my mind. So, and Tammy's helping.
Yeah, I'm half watching them. And Candace, we're not talking about the drama that you're thinking of. This is a whole other thing. So
yeah, totally. But hi, Sissy. That negative vibe, and I agree with you. I don't think, and I pray that I'm right, because if I'm right, then there's still hope. Okay, I pray that I'm right, that this is not in the deepest part who that person is. It's the company that person's keeping, and I know when Tessie and I talked about it, I think the way I described it to her, I said, evil or darkness or a bad spirit, however you want to label it, okay? Evil will latch on to the brightest light it seems to try to dull it. This person was a bright light that everybody looked up to. Everybody. Everybody was excited. Everybody felt blessed when he came in your room. Evil will attack the brightest light around and try to diffuse it because it doesn't want that good out there, okay? That light for him has been slowly diminishing, darker and darker. And what I had told Tessie, she is another beautiful, bright light of positivity and love. And if you let that get to you, it will easily latch onto you and it can bring you down. And you're going to have to fight twice as hard. And you know, Tessie and I have both had to make some really tough choices, probably even harder for her than it was for me. But all I can do is tell you if I sense something as somebody that I love, like I do Tessie. Tessie is like a sister in my heart. I could not have asked for a closer sister. I couldn't. Had we
Oh,
grown up
yeah.
together, I don't think we would be any closer. And so my only approach is, this is what I'm feeling. You know, the information is yours to do what you wish. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to think. I'm not going to make decisions for you. It's not why I'm here. I don't do that for anyone. I tell you what I think. I tell you what my opinions are. I share what's on my heart. But you have to make those decisions for yourself. And, you know, it's a tough spot to be in. You know, and I love Susan. Susan and I have gotten just really close. I mean, you know, Susan is a beautiful soul. And there are some people that have issues there, and I get that, but those are usually the people that can't handle it when you're straight up and you're honest and truthful. So, you know, it makes a difference. It's made a big difference. Oh, Tammy froze. Are you guys still hearing me, or am I frozen too? And I do love you, Susan. You are my heart, sweetheart. Okay, well, if you can still hear me, Tammy's frozen, but she'll get it. She'll get it tracked back up, I'm sure. So, is there anything else you guys have want to discuss? Any other questions? Hey, Sissy, what's up, honey? I agree, B-Lady. I think they're the things that I do experience. I truly believe when God gave me this mission in my mind to make people smile, He gave me the tools to do it. He gave me the tools to feel when someone needs me, to feel when something else is going on, if that makes sense. You know, Tessie, it's been my experience that the majority of people I know that can feel emotions like this are female. I don't know if it's just because I'm more attracted to hanging out when I'm talking about close knit and letting people close to me, if that's because I just know more women than men. But I do know quite a few men that would have this ability. You know, you look at Danny, Chasing Bones Inspectors, and his son Blaine. They're perfect examples. They are awesome. You know, they are like at a level way, way above me. And you know, I think about going into this prison. That's going to be tough for me, you guys. It's going to be a roller coaster, and it's going to challenge my mind and my spirit. But I'm so excited to do it. I am beyond excited. Exactly, Susan. That's what I was saying. People can't handle the truth. I went through it too. You know, when I spoke out against this person we were talking about, I did not attack him personally. And I think everybody here that was on my stream, and many of you are in here, will tell you that it's okay, Tammy. I'll keep going till you can get it back. Go ahead. Um, the only thing I said to that person was, I think you handled it wrong. I think it was done wrong. I did not attack that person directly. I did not make fun of that person. I did not turn my back on that person. I didn't do any of that. I simply said, I think the situation was handled wrong. The back flap I got from that was horrible because some people can't hear the truth. And again, I think it comes back to the company you keep, because the whole time we're doing this, that particular channel that we're talking about that has got that spirit is in his ear the whole time. Which one is going to speak louder? The one that you allow in. The one you let in is the one that's going to speak the loudest. And that's a straight up truth. No, Daryl, I'm sorry. It's just as I relate to these things, it's me, but we're just talking about empathy in general, being able to sense emotions, to know, you know, when somebody needs you, Daryl. Does that make sense? But that's just the way I personally have to deal with it to get through it. For me, is to rely on my faith. So when I'm relating my story, I'm often going to go back to faith, but it's not just that, if that makes sense. Well, welcome, Cher. I love you, sis. Hey, Owen, how are you, darling? Hey, Bobby, sweetheart. Gas. Hi, darling. Oh my goodness, she walked out of our hangouts. You want it in the right here in the chat, Tammy? Or do you want me to PM it to you? Hi, Owen, honey. How are you today? Hi, Tammy, darling. Okay, Tim, just a sec, Tim. There you go, Tammy. Oh, that's okay, Kit Kat. We understand. We have you here in chat. Good, Owen. I've been thinking about you today. Yeah, absolutely. You know, to be able to sense emotions. Hey, welcome back.
Yay.
Da,
It's even darker, but I'm smoking.
da, da, da.
Is Kit Kat going to jump on?
She's in chat. She said she was trying to get another device so she could live stream because the one on her tablet died. Sorry, I've been unsuccessful.
Okay.
But you're in chat with us, and you're welcome to join us. Join us that way if that's all you can do, Kit Kat. We understand.
Oh yeah, we're happy to have you. Y'all probably can't even see me. Well, you're probably better off not seeing me.
Candace says, do you feel that people who are born in certain astrological phases have more empath power over